Hey everyone, welcome back to Redditly. Today's video is titled 5-Year Marriage Ended Today. Please make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Let's get right into it. I met my wife through an online game in 2014 and we hit it off immediately. We were the same age, had similar interests in film and music, similar outlooks on politics/religion/ etc. etc. I felt like I had finally met the one. After some time of online dating, she made the move to where I lived and we began building a life together. She enrolled in nursing school and the relationship was everything that I wanted. As months passed, she seemed more and more agitated by my presence. She would close the bathroom door and game with some friends she had online from before we met. We had less. I put it down to her extreme schedule with school, clinicals, and her other extracurricular activities. We fought over the mildest, most pointless topics. Eventually, she graduated and got a job and began working night shifts. Things got worse as she slept all day and stayed up all night gaming. I knew things were wrong, but I tried to be supportive as I knew how hard she worked and what nurses go through. One day after she left, I noticed her computer was unlocked and Discord was open. I felt ashamed, but I gave in and browsed through her chat logs with her friends. One in particular was massive, with messages going back almost daily to just a few months after she had arrived in my hometown. Constant calls and plenty of content naturally, pictures sent back and forth, etc. etc. I confronted her and demanded to understand why she had betrayed me so, when I had supported her and her son for 3 years while she got a nursing degree. The blame was immediately passed on to me, of course, because I wasn't attentive enough and she was lonely. Foolishly, I admitted that I had not been 100% perfect husband. I do indeed play video games too much, and I forgave her. We hugged it out and things improved over time. In the midst of this, I had taken a new job in a metro area with a big pay raise and we were excited to have just purchased a home. Again, foolishly, I thought this would be a fresh start for us. We could repair the hurt and have a better relationship, the perfect marriage. Things were fine for a time in the new city. She didn't have a job yet, so she busied herself with exercise to work off that college weight. I worked and then worked on the home, decorating and doing yard work to build that perfect home we deserved. She got a job close by with better hours than she had before and better money. Things seemed great. 3 months ago, she had to, quote-unquote, work out of town at another location for 3 days. It seemed bizarre to me, but she said it was overtime and we can always use more money, so hey, why not? She packed up her bags and took off. She returned, barely spoke to me, unloaded her bags filled with 2 wine bottles, strangely, and went to bed. In the days to come, any questions about the nature of the trip was deflected with vague answers. I felt uncomfortable with the whole thing, but I had no proof or any ground to stand on, so I moved past it. Last week, she took a trip to visit her old friend in my hometown she graduated with. Again, this seemed bizarre and spur of the moment, but okay. I visit old friends too. She returned and again deflected any and all questions about the nature of the trip with vague responses. I checked the bank account we share and no gas was ever purchased. Given the length of the trip, that is impossible, so I knew immediately she paid cash or used another card, so I couldn't see the location of the purchase. I also checked her phone logs and she hadn't spoken to or texted her friends for months. The morning when she went for a jog, I went through her bag. I was ashamed to have invaded her privacy once again, but given what I found, I suppose I'm glad I did. I found a note written and signed by the person she had previously been communicating with. Love you always, XOXO, etc. etc. They clearly met in person at least once, I'm sure multiple. I confronted her again and she says again she isn't happy and that's why she did it. Met another man and effed him in a hotel after lying to me and going to the trouble to pack her nursing uniform to make it look like she was on a work trip. Apparently, I'm a poor husband and she doesn't like my lack of a relationship with her son. We don't quote-unquote do anything together and so on. I am by no means perfect and I have faults like anyone, but I didn't deserve this. I have loved and provided for her, helped her go to school, provided for her son, and my thanks is to be cheated on over and over. I'm done. I've struggled with it all day today, but as I sit typing this out, I can say that I have nothing left in me to give to this relationship anymore. I care about her, but I do not believe she is capable of being happy. There are aspects of her behavior and personality that point to narcissism and just a general lack of empathy towards the feelings of others, and I am not an exception. She does not love me and likely never has. I feel more alone than I have ever experienced in my 36 years of life. More alone than when my mother called me and told me my father had passed away. I know no one in this city and I work remotely, so I do not even have the normalcy of an office setting to take my mind off things. My family is exceedingly religious, and our impending divorce will be a scandal that will further ostracize me from them. But these things will pass. I have not forgotten my father or his words to me. I have value as a person. I have worth, I love, and I am loved. A chance encounter in a video game will not set the tone for the rest of my life. I have given 100% of myself to this relationship, and 100% was not returned. So be it. And the first comment says, "Oh man, this is triggering me. When I confronted my ex-wife with the evidence that she was seeing another man, I was shocked by her reaction. She just gave me a bored smirk and said, 'So what?' No guilt, no remorse, and worst of all, at least to me, not one iota of sensitivity. She has never accepted that what she did was wrong. Yes, our marriage had some problems. Lack of money meant I worked long hours. I didn't do drugs, cheat, abuse, or drink to excess. I whipped myself to exhaustion trying to take care of my family, 3 children. I admitted to being emotionally absent some of the time, and I accept that I should have done better. As others have written in these pages, my ex-wife became a stranger to me overnight, still haunted by that no care scene." And the second comment says, "She sounds like a sociopath. You are there to provide something she values, security, money, and a home for her child. Otherwise, you are only a little too used to her. I'm glad you aren't buying into her narrative, nor will you accept the blame for her adultery. Marriages are a joint responsibility, but adultery is 100% the fault of the cheater. You don't owe any of them anything. She's checked out, her moral compass is broken, and she clearly neither loves nor respects you. She can't be trusted. Normally, I push for reconciliation if it is at all possible, but if a partner shows zero remorse like this, there's almost no hope here. I hate to be negative, but she might just not be worth the effort. See a lawyer, separate your finances, get her name off of everything if you can. Have her get served. You can't kick her out, it's her home too, but you can suggest she move out with her child so she can start any mandatory separation. You personally will need time and distance to heal. You might want to get an STD check and send her the bill."